See students, today I'll start with the topic layout manager. So what is a layout manager is nothing but they are they are used to arrange the components in a particular manner. Okay, and what we can say is it is an interface that is implemented by all the classes of layout managers. Okay, so try to remember layout managers. Layout managers are nothing but they are used to arrange components in a particular manager, and there are many few layout managers you'll be seeing what is provided to you as in the syllabus. That is, the first one is border layout, grid layout. Sorry, the first one is flow layout. This is the first one. I kept it at third position. The first one, this one is the flow layout. It is the default layout, flow layout. Then you have got the border layout, then grid layout, then card layout, then grid back layout. Okay. So these are the layouts. Okay. So what are they used as? They are used to arrange the components in a particular manner, and layout manager is nothing but it is like an interface that is implemented by all the classes of layout managers. Okay. So you can see here, the first one is the flow layout. Let me increase the font. So flow layout. So flow layout is the default layout manager. This is the layout manager that the preceding examples have used. Okay, by default. So flow layout implements a simple layout style, which is similar to how words flow in a text editor. Okay, in this one, these are the constructors. One without parameter, the second one with one parameter, third one with three parameters. So that how the parameter okay, that variable, or you can say that as uh, that particular parameter will have these values, valid values: layout, left, center, right, leading and trailing. Okay, so you can see this program over here, simple program, this one. What I'll do is I will show you the program. Flow layout it is. This is the program. So you can see it is the default layout which will be implemented by all the classes till now, whatever you have seen in applet or in AWT. So how to set is, see over here you can see set layout, new flow layout, and you see over here in the textbook it is being provided with these values: left, center, right, leading and trailing. You can specify whatever you want. Over here it is left. Okay, in the program. So let me execute the program. And observe the output. Just a minute. Compile it first. Flow layout demo it is. It is compiled now. Now run this. See, as over here, I have specified flow layout dot right. Okay, so the components will be moving to the right side. Suppose if I provide here left, so you can observe the output also. All the alphabets should be in capital. Now you observe this output. Same thing we will open. Okay, with another one. I will not close it. Flow layout it is. sorry, this one is already open. We should compile it first. First compile it. Because we have done the changes. Java C flow layout demo. Then run the program. Applet viewer. Now you observe here. Both this one. Yes, I will keep here. Just a second. See. This one is the previous output. This one. The previous output. This one is the next output. What I did only over here. Here I made left. So this is the present change what I have done. It is showing you the layout from the left side. Okay. If we change over here, it will be changing. So this was the previous one, right? So this is the simple program. With the previous program only, it has used checkboxes. Okay, just go through the previous class, same concept. Only we are setting the layout over here. I hope you all have understood. All these things have been explained. Okay, if you are selecting Android, you see Android is true. If you are selecting Solaris, see true. Okay, unselect Android, it has become false. All these things have been explained. Only over here, you are seeing what is the purpose of layout. Means you can arrange the components. Okay, that is the purpose of layout. As I have mentioned over here, the layout managers are used to arrange components in a particular manner. Now, after this, the next is the border layout. Okay, we will see what is the purpose of border layout. So just close all this. This is the program I already covered. Close this tab also. Okay, before explaining the theory part, I will execute the program and I will show you. The border layout. So this is the output for border layout. You can set the borders. This is the output. See the top one, the bottom one, the right, then left. Just see here what is the purpose of this. The border layout class implements a common layout style for top level windows. It has 4 narrow fixed components at the edges and 1 large area in the center. Okay. So whatever the text is written, this is the large area where you are able to see some text. Okay, and these are what the top, right, left, and the bottom one. See, what is this? This is the bottom component. Okay, bottom component. This one. This is the right one. This is the left one. And this is what the center one. So see here, the 4 sides are referred to as north, south, east, and west. And the middle one is area is called center. Like in the program, you can see. I will provide the line numbers. See here. First of all, what you have to do is you have to set the layout. What kind of layout you want? Border layout. That you have to set. That is why because of that you can have these edges. Okay, bottom, top, left, right, and in the middle. After that, what we are doing over here, nothing but see here. Just recall the concept of button. Okay, you are creating a button where you are creating. Sorry, yeah, you are just creating a button first of all. This is in the first one line only. So first you are creating a button. You are adding what you are adding. You are adding this button. So you just see here. This is the button because of this line of code, new button. Okay, and whatever the text is written over here, that is you are able to see. Then you are making it as a layout. What layout? North, border layout dot north. Because of that, you are able to see this at the top. Then the same thing you can observe. Next thing at line number 13. Line number 13. This is in one line. Line number 13. You see again add, what is this now? This is a layout. This is not a, sorry, this is a label. This is not a button. So that is why at the bottom, you see the footer message might go here. Something is written now over here. That is a label which is getting displayed. Okay. That is the correction what I said few 1 minute before, that this is what the layout. The footer message might go here. What you do, if you change this label, instead of label you make it as a button, you will able to see over here also a button, what you can see over here like that. I hope you have understood. Then you are setting it where? South. South means at the bottom. That is because of that it is here. The next thing, 14th line, you see, add new button. Again, you are adding a button. So that is adding a button, and in that you are writing something right. So that is why you can see over here right. And where you are setting, where you are making that layout, border layout dot east. So east means over here. I hope you all have understood. Similarly, 15th line at left, border dot west. That is this. Now you see here at line number 20, what you are adding, you are adding text area. So remember students, when you are adding this now, text area, okay, this is one program I will explain, don't worry. So like button, label, no? Similarly like that, you have got one control in AWT, that is text area. So means what? In that you can write some message. So because of that, what you can see over here is, this is the text area where I'm rotating my mouse. No, this is the text area. In that, what is you are specifying over here? MSG, message. From 16th line, the message is, this is the message. So this message will be available in the text area. But where is the text area going to be in the layout, border layout? At center. Because of that, this is at the center. I hope you all have understood this. So please try to understand the concept, and you can write in your own words also if you understand. So these are the layouts. The border layout defines the following constants that specify the region, which you have seen just now in the program. Okay. And this is the method, add component with comp reference object region. That is just now what you have seen. Okay. This is the thing, and this is the region. Okay, then. This is the program. Please practice this program, students. This output you will see. What you have seen now in your computer also you will able to see. So please practice. Then using inserts. Okay, see, this is the what should I say? Little bit modification in border layout only. What is that we will see? Okay. Yeah, sometimes you will want to leave a small amount of space between the container that holds your component and the window that contains it in it. So for this purpose, what you have to do is you have to use the inserts. So what I will do is I will execute the program of this this concept, inserts demo. It is, you will understand this point which is highlighted over here, to leave small amount of space between the container that holds your components and the window. That is the thing. Okay, so I already compiled. Just directly I will execute that program. Just a second. Inserts demo. Yeah, inserts demo. What to do again? Again, I will compile. Okay. Java C. Inserts demo.java. Compiled. Now run the program. See. So what you can see is over here some spaces are there. Okay, here, here. Okay, you observe this one with the previous program. Previous program, what I've shown you, the before this border. Okay, see here. Border layout I showed just now. This is the border. See, students. So this one is the border layout. This one is the right side is inserts demo. So just observe with the border what is specified over here in the border layout. But whereas in this, you see, after this layout, there is a space over here. You can see where I'm moving my mouse up and down. There is a space. Here also, the border which is at north, some space. Here also. Even at left side also you can observe. So this is what you can see, you can provide. If you want to leave small amount of space between the container that holds your components and the windows that contains it. So for this, what you have to do, you have to use or you have to override get inserts method that is defined by the container class. So this method returns and inserts object that contain top, bottom, left, and right insert. It is that much simple only, students. Don't get confused. So just a second. This is the program. Inserts demo. Let me decrease the font here. So you observe here the program. So what is mentioned over here? This method returns an inserts object that contains this top, bottom, left, and right, which will be displayed. These values are used by the layout manager to insert the components. So this is the method: top, left, end, bottom, and right. So now you observe here, which is at line number 30. Okay, all the layouts have been provided with this space 10. You can specify how much amount you want, you can provide there. Okay, but before that, what you have to do is same concept. You have to write the class name and provide the initialization method. Inside the initialization method only you write. This is the background color. Your wish, whatever your color you want to set, you set. And again, you have to set with border layout. Why? Because this is a little bit advanced version of border layout only. Okay. In this border layout, we are having the concept of inserts. Insets. That's it. So see here. So then line number 14, same thing, 15, same thing, 16, 17, same program. Even line number 18 till 25, same thing, text area. But what you are able to see is everything is in border layout only. But that border layout is being provided with this particular method get insets. What this method get insets method is doing is it is providing you some space between your components which are available in the applet window. This one. So that is the purpose of inserts. This is the program. I hope you all have understood. See here, when overriding this method, you must return a new inserts object that contains the insert specifying you the desired. So that's it, students, with this inserts program. Then grid layout. Just see here, grid layout lays out the components in a two-dimensional grid. That only the thing is, you just observe the output. Okay, then after that you will understand the theory. Theory is very simple. This is the grid layout in two dimension. Means in X and Y component. Like that will have the representation of your program. This is the output. Same thing you will get, students. So where is the program? Grid layout it is. Grid layout demo. This one. Grid layout demo. See. Okay. So at line number 10, initialization method is there. In that 11th line, you observe you are setting the layout. Okay. In that, here what layout you are setting? Grid layout. Okay, with two parameters n comma n. So you can observe here. Okay, these many are there. The three constructors. Okay, The first form creates a single column grid layout. If you want only one single column, go for this. If you want in two column, go for this. How many you want, you go. The third form allows you to specify horizontal and vertical space also. Means like these buttons are there, no? In these buttons, these you where I'm moving the my mouse now. In these columns, you can specify space, and between the rows also you can specify the space. If you want to use this one, you can have that feature, the third constructor. Okay, and the rest of the thing is very simple. See here, 12th line, you can set the font also. And 13th line, you are using the for loop. Inside the 13th line for loop, the 14th line again, it is having one more inside, one more for loop. And there is one logic, you just trace out, okay, k equal to I into n plus j. If k is greater than 0, yeah, initially it will be greater than 0. How many times? Till 13th line, whatever the for loop is there now, those many number of times, this 17th line will be evaluated. Okay, and according to that, it will generate these many buttons. Okay, these many buttons it will add. So I hope you all have understood this grid layout. The next is card layout. So just a second. Let me close this. Card layout program. What I will do is, first I will show you the output, then I will say what is that. Then you can understand the theory. These students, the purpose of card layout just observe from here. See, this Windows button is there now. I'm clicking this. You can observe. You can see the options for Windows operating system. Now, what I'll do is I will click this button, other button. You will see different options now. I'm clicking other. See what it is displaying. It is displaying with some different values, checkboxes. So, what is the purpose of card layout is it will display you different layouts according to your purpose. Suppose if you want a button should be displaying only its content at one time, so then you can use card layout and you can have that feature. Means suppose if you want the features of window button, okay, so window when you're clicking it is showing the options which are associated with Windows button. Suppose when you're clicking other button, it will show you a different layout. Means the layout what it is now displaying the values which are associated with other button. So that is what is card layout. Means it is a unique among other layout managers in that it stores several different layouts. Okay. Then these are the constructors 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2 constructors. The first form creates a default layout. The second form allows you to specify the horizontal and vertical space layout between the components in horizontal and vertical.